Hello and welcome to our online video training series for Positrak Pro. This is the second of 2 videos in a series of basic training in point of sale. In this video, we're going to cover the catalog, taking payments, adding and editing accounts, adding and editing parts, creating hold tickets, and more. If you have a demo or even a live installation, feel free to pause the video at any time to try it yourself. So let's go into point of sale, and let's begin with cataloging. We want to get our account in first because the pricing that's displayed in the catalog is customer specific. So let's look up our account, then click the catalog button. You can use VIN lookup, or you can step through with year, make, model, engine, which is what I'm going to do here. Year, make, model, and engine. Continue. At the part type categories, you can type to search, choose a quick select part type, which is based on real-time popularity for this specific vehicle, or you can go through the part categories. And I'll also note that you can get fluid capacities and specifications directly from here as well. So you can see oil capacity and so on. I'm going to poke through the categories to find a water pump. Each of these are single clicks until you get to the last level, which is the 3rd level. You can double click to go straight to water pump. Or if you want to get multiple part types at one time, you can single click and then hit get results. I'll just go with water pump for now. My in-stock numbers display in green, and they normally display at the top. It's sorted by on-hand availability. After that, you'll notice blue numbers, which just means it's a non-stocking NS number, or that you're just out of it. You can click on more info to get pictures and even diagrams. I'll click X to close that. To add this to the invoice, I can hit Add to Invoice. It'll drop it into point of sale for me to preview the price and the quantity. Enter will put it on the invoice. Notice that it displays the vehicle here, and it will print that on the hard copy for the customer as well. If I need to continue looking up parts, I can click back on the catalog button, and it's right where I left off. I can do a new car, or I can go back to the categories to look up other part types. Those are the basics on how to use the catalog. There is another video that spends more time on advanced catalog features after this one. So let's close the catalog. And let's clear the invoice. Let's look at how to take a payment. First of all, you want to look up the account. So again, get the account in there. You can search by name, or if you know the account number, you can punch that in, enter. The ROA button is right here on the right. Click on that. And if the customer wants to pay $250 on their bill, just enter $250. Confirm. You can choose cash, credit card, check, or EFT here. I'll just choose cash. Enter an amount tendered and confirm. Then I'm back at point of sale to start a new invoice. One thing that a lot of Positrak users like is that you can perform a lot of functions right here at point of sale without having to hop through different screens. So right here, even if you're in the middle of an invoice, you can add and edit both accounts and parts. So let's look at that. I'll pull my account back up. And let's say they come in and say my phone number or my email address has changed, or something else. I can hit Edit Account. And right here in the middle of an invoice, I can say add an email address. And let's say they want to start receiving emailed statements. I can make that change right here in the middle of an invoice at point of sale. You can do the same thing with parts. So let's say I go back to the shelf. It says I have 4, but I actually have 3. I can hit edit part right here, make that correction, and save. And by the way, it does record that change. It records date and time, the quantity of the change, and who did it, so you can review that. Sometimes you may have a charged customer that would like to do a one-time cash invoice. Maybe they want to pay with a credit card rather than charging it to their account. So you can pull up the account and build your invoice. And hit finalize. By default, you'll notice that charge to account is selected because it is a charge account. But if they want to do a one-time cash override, you can cancel and you can click the cash only checkbox here. Then finalize again. And then the options are here for you to select cash, credit card, or check. To view or reprint a previous invoice, you've got a couple options there. There's a view/reprint button down here at the bottom right. That will list your most recent invoices, but you can type in an invoice number, or you can double click from the list and you can reprint, or if you just need to pull it up on the screen to see what was on it, you can do that. There's another way you can search transaction history. So there's this transactions button at the top. And this can look a little intimidating at first. There's a lot of different search options. There's a date range. You can search by account number, line code, part number, invoice number, all these different options. But there's a cool shortcut that you can use at point of sale as well. So let's say I want to see everything that one particular customer, number 9, has bought from me. I can enter the account number and the letter H behind that for history and press enter. That will bring me to that transaction screen with that account pre-selected, showing me everything that they have bought from me. So I can right-click and view this invoice if I need to see it, reprint it if they need another copy, or even email it to the customer. And what's neat is you can also use that in conjunction with a part number. So if I have a part number, first of all, it does show me last sold to this account on 10/30, quantity 2 for $9.99 and the invoice number. But if I want to see every instance they've bought this particular number, I can cross the two. So I've got the account and I can, in the part number, and I can put an H right here in the quantity and enter. And that will show me every instance I've sold that part number to that customer. And finally, let's look at hold tickets. I'll just add this to the invoice. Let's say you want to start this invoice and save it for later. Maybe they're coming by later to pick it up and you don't want to actually bill it out yet. You can hit save. That will generate a report, confirm. It will ask you if you want to print, yes or no. I'll click no. Then when they come back, you can recall. Your hold tickets are listed on the left side. Quotes are listed on the right. We support both, and the only difference is hold tickets actually allocate it out of inventory for that customer, actually pulls it out of inventory. Quotes do not mess with inventory. So you can search if you have a large list, you can search by account name, any notes that you put in there. But I can double click on that and it will bring it back into point of sale right where I left off. So at this point, I can add to it. I can take from it if necessary, make changes, and then I can finalize. Or I can resave it if I need to resave it again to recall at a later time. So that's all for this video, part 2 of 2 in point of sale. Be sure to watch the other videos in this playlist for more training. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and subscribe on YouTube for updates.